What's up, folks? I am going to take you through my work truck setup. Oh, I don't carry this with me. I'm getting ready to burn a bunch of crap. So I have a Ram 2500 heavy duty 6.4 liter. This is my work truck. That's my current work truck. I've had 1500s for several years. So this is basically what I carry with me on a daily basis. I've got a broom, big demo bar, little flat bar. This isn't a third hand, but it acts as a third hand. It's handy when you're hanging cabinets or doing something by yourself. Kind of helps hold stuff in place. Also have a 4-foot level underneath all that. That's kind of the big stuff. I got this off of Amazon, and this truck sits quite high. I'm about 5'11", and it's really a pain in the butt for me to get in sometimes, so I bought this ladder, which is pretty handy. I replaced the strap. The strap was just a plastic clip. It didn't last long at all. I've got a little giant ladder that I keep in here. Plumbing box is right there. There's a video on that. This is a box full of bits. That box has drywall screws, nails, little compartments with a little bit of everything in it. Typical stuff I carry with me. This down here is just a smorgasbord. It's doesn't have any pockets in it. I took them all out, and it's just odds and ends. There's hinges in there. There's all kinds of crap. It's just a catch-all, but you never know when you're going to need some oddball screw or something like that. So I'll actually show you what's inside here. And not all these needs to be dried out. I've got some finished nails for trim, concrete screws, roofing nails. This has kind of become a catch-all. Some big nails, large deck screws. I've got another container of black drywall screws, which is right here. That's kind of it. I restocked this. I've kind of gotten lazy and haven't restocked it in a while, but it's basically this, the set stuff that I use on usually drywall screws, roofing nails, deck screws, some big sinker 16s, a couple types of finishing nails, and then some concrete screws or concrete anchors are what I try to carry with me at all times. They'll get me in and out of just about anything I run into. So I have went through several renditions of boxes for my truck. I've had boxes that cover, I've had 6 of these in here, or as many as I could fit in. I carried way too much crap. You'll see as I going through this, some of this stuff, like that plumbing box, may not get out, but once every other month, depending on what jobs I'm doing. So it just depends. In here, these are some specialty tools. So my Ram set. This is a box of screws for outlets, so electrical outlets. Just an assortment of those. It's got the different colors in there: almond, ivory, white. This is just a catch-all. So I've got some doorknob sets in here, line string, a couple pairs of snips. There's a pair of pop rivet. There's a pop rivet gun down in there. A couple pairs of scissors, some more metal snips, extra pry bars. This is just various hand tools that I rarely use, but when I need them, I need them. So it just some of this stuff. There's some tools in there that I haven't had out of that box in over a year, but I have slimmed down drastically. I keep my electric extension cord in here, Even though this has these little rubber things, I have had that get wet and it will short out a breaker. Electrical box is down in there. I have a video on that. This is just a cheap set of sockets. I have found that is handy to have when you're working on a job. You just never know when you're going to need a socket set, so I keep that in here at all times. Got a hacksaw, Ryobi battery charger. This is kind of where I keep my cordless stuff. I do keep a snake in here as part of my electrical kit. Tool belt. I do have a long bit for running electrical and walls. There's another charger. I have measuring tape scattered all over the place. And then I've got a large pop gun down in here. I don't need that very often, but it is an item you don't want to have to buy all the time. That's what I keep in that box. This box on the driver's side has all my power tools in it. So I have been through all this. I keep my bits for my concrete gun over here and longer bits that won't fit in my bit box. Impact. Got my Bosch hammer drill. This is a specialty saw. It will cut tile, which is the only reason it stays in here really. A regular corded drill. Reciprocating saw or multi-tool. Sawzall. Got a sander down in here. Already looked at that. Jigsaw. And circular saw. And really the circular saw, sawzall, and multi-tool I get out quite a bit. The other stuff that's in here, I keep it just in case I need it, but it rarely sees outside this box. And then some 16 gauge nails for my nail gun. And then of course there's catch-all. You know, this is a real work truck, so it's not going to be all nice and tidy. On this side, and these shocks are wore out, is where I try to keep my chemicals. So I've got some thread pipe dope down in here. Keep my caulk and caulk guns. Got another flat bar in here. A DeWalt light. Try to keep my caulk somewhat organized, but that when you actually work out of a vehicle, you know, you can't have it all pretty all the time. It's just nature of the beast. Level, shorter level. So I try to keep this kind of stuff in here. I've got some extra chalk for my chalk line. There's some mineral spirits down in here, some easy off, you know, the goof off stuff, so take stains out. Some lubricant for my nail gun. And then this tray is just kind of a catch-all. There's a couple extra razor knives, paintbrush, a couple paintbrushes. In here, this little Craftsman box is where I keep my hand tools that I use all the time. So I'm in this box constantly. It's got my tool bag in it, which has all my hand tools. I've got a video on that. This just kind of keeps some of the common bits I use. So there's a 5/16, quarter, 3/8, drive bits, some extra blades for my multi-tool. I put this little separator in here because I got tired of taking that bag out and all this crap falling down, not being able to get it in there. So in here I've got my Bosch laser level, got a stapler, staple gun. Like I said, I got measuring tapes everywhere. Speed angle, putty knife, several boxes of bits, and extra batteries. So this is my heavy work box. I may not get into anything else, but I'll get into that bag right there all the time. So that's what I keep in the bed of the truck. Let me show you what I keep up in the front. And this is what I've found worked for me the best. So underneath my passenger side seat, this is all my business stuff, receipt books, all that. Under here, this is going to depend on your truck. I keep my gloves, so I've got a sack of disposable gloves, or these yellow gloves. I don't wear gloves a whole lot, but gloves. This has some trays underneath, which are kind of convenient. I do have toddlers, which is why this is a nasty mess. They tend to spill stuff constantly. Up front, I keep all my pencils in this door panel. So construction pencils, I'll keep in there. Let's see. I do carry a DVOM with me, a stud finder, some stuff like that. I keep it on this side. In this panel, I've also got a label maker in there. Make labels for electrical panels or whatever. So I keep my electrical stuff in here. I keep my first aid kit underneath this seat. You never know when you're going to start bleeding. I'd definitely make sure you keep one of these in your truck. This is, I think, a Home Depot kit, but keep one handy at all times. Then I've got some booties in here for working on a customer's house. Not wanting to track on their floor, you can slide those on. And I've got a couple of these towels. You can get them wet and keep you cool during the summertime. So that's kind of it. That's what I keep in my truck. I said I do carry a DVOM and a stud finder, which is usually in the box with that label maker. But I misplaced them somewhere. So that's what I've found works for me. I do have a little yellow miter saw back in there. That's just a cheap one you can get it anywhere. They're really cheap. I keep it in here with me, and I've got the saw in this long back box, just in case I'm need to replace a piece of trim and I need a perfect 45. Those little cheap miter boxes are awesome for little stuff like that. So, but that gets me through 90% of the jobs that I do. Well, probably 60%. I do a lot of remodels now, and I do have a job site trailer that I'll give you a review on. It has my big compound miter in it, table saw, job site table saw, some other stuff specifically for remodeling. But for most honey-do list, home repairs, minor repairs, what's in this truck gets me through almost every one of those jobs. Like I said, the plumbing box and electrical box that I showed you, I have full videos where you can look at everything that's in those boxes, which covers a lot of different tools. But hope this helps. Like I said, this is what's worked for me. I've went through many renditions, and like I said, even looking at, it doesn't look like I've got a whole lot of tools in there, but even with what little I carry, there's probably a pair of pliers, a multi-screwdriver, and a pry bar gets me through, a ton of different jobs. So it just depends on what kind of work you do. But hope this helps. Hit the like and subscribe button if you would, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.